All right, so pre-algebra lesson 1.5. We are looking to translate word phrases. Okay, so oftentimes in math, it's not going to be a nice just written out equation for you. You're going to have to translate from the words to the math itself. Okay, so it's very important to be able to translate real world situations into mathematical terms. Okay, so you have to know what you're looking for. So in 1.5, chapter 1 is dealing with addition and subtraction. So we're looking to translate addition and subtraction. So we're looking for keywords. Okay, so keywords for addition are things like the sum of, more than, because you're talking about one more than something. We're looking at increased by. Okay. Added to. Okay. So keywords that tell us addition. Subtraction, we're looking at the difference of. Okay, less than something. Decreased by, if you have an amount of water and you drank some, then you decreased it by something, okay? Or subtracted from. Okay, all keywords that are going to tell us subtraction. So if we have 10 is decreased by 4. All right, well, we're looking. We see decreased by, that means we subtract because we're decreasing it. But you took 10 and you decreased it by 4. So we get 10 minus 4. Okay, the same thing happens when you have a variable. Right? Except it'll just say something like a number. We don't necessarily know what number, so we're going to replace that number with a variable or a letter. Okay, so we have a number increased by 3. All right, so the first is the operation. Increased by tells us to add, but then a number, we don't know what that is, so it's going to be a variable. So we're starting with that variable. I'm going to pick n because it says a number. Increased by, meaning we're taking that number, we're making it bigger by a value of 3. So we get n plus 3, or x plus 3, or y plus 3. Okay, you just pick a variable. So in order for a phrase to be identical to a mathematical expression, the order is really important, okay? So for the most part, you write it just as you see it. With addition and subtraction, there are 2 expressions that tell us to reverse the order. Okay, and that's more than or less than. Right, if I say 9 more than 5, we ask ourselves, what are we starting with? We're starting with 5 because it's saying we're taking 5 and more than that, it's adding 9, okay? So while the 9 was written first, it comes second because that's the value that's more than something we started with. Same with less than. If we say 5 less than 7, it's saying we're starting with 7. Less than tells us to subtract, but we're subtracting 5 because we're saying 5 is the value that is, we're looking for the number that's 5 smaller than 7. So we're taking it away. Okay? So if the phrase contains more than or less than, you must reverse the order. It's not as important with addition because technically you can add in any order, but you're looking to translate it exactly as it tells you to. Okay? So just a few more examples. So 7 more than a number, 5 less than a number, because now we're in algebra, so we're looking at our variables. A number less than 5, and 6 decreased by a number. Okay, so talking about a variable, a number, a number, a number, a number. Okay, in the first one it's saying 7 more than that. So what comes after the more than is what you're starting with. Then more than means to add. Then the number that was before the more than is what's being added. So we get n plus 7. Okay? Less than tells us we're going to subtract, but less than means that what's after the less than goes first, and what's before the less than goes after. So we get n minus 5. Right? There's that less than again. So it tells us to subtract. What's after it goes first. What's before it goes after. So we get 5 minus n. Decrease by is nice because it tells us we're subtracting, but we're going to write it exactly as we see it. So 6 minus n. Okay, so we're just looking to translate, looking for keywords that tell us. More than and less than, flip your order, all of the other ones exactly as you see them. Okay, so that is lesson 1.5.